Okay, once we have cast on for the size blanket you want to make, we're going to get started with our border. This blanket is worked where the border is first, and then when we switch to the main section of the blanket, we'll continue border stitches on the edge, so you will finish and your border around your knit blanket will be complete. So if you need to adjust your size of your blanket, I have some suggested sizes here for you. And then if you're going to do something totally custom, you need a stitch multiple of 4 plus 3 more. Okay, so we've cast on. I used the knitted cast on, so I have a short tail, and I'll link up that cast on if you need it. All right, our border edge is worked in seed stitch, and we have an odd number of row of stitches. So we are just going to work knit 1, purl 1 across, and we'll end with a knit 1. And we're going to repeat that for 3 inches. So doing the small sample here, I am not going to repeat it for as much as you will. All right, so first stitch, we are going to knit 1. So insert our needle knitwise from the front to the back here in the front leg. Wrap the yarn around the needle, bring that through to knit 1 and slide it off the needle. Now we're going to purl. To purl, I'm going to move the yarn in front, and then I'm going to insert my needle this way in the front leg here. This is called inserting it purlwise because that's how we do it. And then we wrap the yarn around the needle and pull that through. Slide it off the left needle. So here's what a knit looks like on your cast on row. Here's what a purl looks like. Now we're going to alternate those stitches. Knit 1, purl 1. Knit 1, purl 1. Knit, purl, and then we have one left that we are going to knit into. Okay, so this is row 1. Knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, end with a knit. So here are my purls, here are my knits. Purl, knit, purl. If you move it a little, you can see it better. It becomes easier to read and identify your stitches as you work this stitch up. Okay, so the nice thing about seed stitch with an odd stitch count is it's a 1-row repeat. So now you are going to repeat that for about 3 inches, unless you are changing how wide you want your border to be, then you just do it as wide as you want. Okay, so when I turn, now you can see my last stitch was a knit, and the back of a knit is a purl. The stitch before this was a purl. The back of a purl is a knit. Okay, so we're still following the same pattern. So the first stitch is knit. So we're going to knit into the purl, and we're going to purl into the knits as far as what we're looking at. Okay, so same row. Move my yarn to the back for this first stitch. Insert my needle knitwise. Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. So what's nice about this is if you can read your stitches at this stage, if you forget because your child interrupts you or you just spaced out, you look and you see here with the bar across, that's a purl, so you know you have to knit it. You can just look back and make sure that's what you've been doing. Knit the purls, purl the knits. Okay, so you're just going to do that across. Knit, purl, and then keep repeating that one row repeat for 3 inches. And then I will show you how to do rows 10 through 13, which is your main blanket pattern. And we'll work the seed stitch on the border edges, the first and last stitches, and then we will work our main stitch pattern in the center, and then we'll finish up with another seed stitch border. Okay, and that is how you work seed stitch on an odd number of stitches. You can see it a little bit starting to work up. We have our cast on row, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. So where it's flatter is where our knits are, where you have these purl bumps. That's where our purls are. Okay. So repeat that for 3 inches, and I'm just going to go ahead and start on the next right side row so that I don't waste any time. Okay, so I'm doing a seed stitch border. I'm on my right side, and I am going to start with more knit one, purl one. Okay, so knit one, purl one. Again, we're following the same pattern. So if I have a purl, I'm going to knit it. Now I'm going to repeat that 2 more times. So for 6 stitches, knit one, purl one, 6 stitches total. So that was my first repeat. I did it once here, repeated it once there, one more repeat, knit one, purl one. Okay, first 6 stitches, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. Now I'm going to place a marker so that I don't have to pay such close attention, and that will help me make sure I have the right stitches in the right places. Now we're going to start our right side row for this stitch pattern. The next stitch is a knit. So we're going to knit one. Now we're going to purl one and then knit 3. Okay, so here's my purl, knit 3. That's the part I'm going to repeat across now until my last 8 stitches. Then I will work my border. Okay, so start with a purl, knit 1, 2, 3. Purl 1, knit 1, 2, 3. Purl 1, knit 1, 2, 3. Okay, so following the pattern, repeat purl 1, knit 3 across. This is for row 10, and then we stop the repeat after the third knit, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8 stitches left. So now we are going to purl 1, knit 1. Then we're going to place our marker. This is defining our last 6 stitches for the border. And then we are going to purl 1, knit 1, and then repeat that 2 more times. Purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Okay, so here you can check your seed stitch border where you've got knit and purl alternating. This helps show you where that should be. And here we are starting our main stitch pattern. It'll take a little while for you to see it work up. Okay, we are turning on to row 11 in the pattern. I have less rows because I just left out some border rows. And we are starting with a knit. So I'm going to move my yarn to the back. All right, so wrong side row, we're going to knit 1, purl 1. Continuing seed stitch, so we're knitting the purl, purling the knit for those first 6 stitches, which give us our border. There you go. Okay, we're going to slip our marker. Now this whole row on the wrong side is purling across, and then we're going to stop at our last 6 stitches and do our seed stitch border. Okay, so this is a good spot to practice those purls. All right, we purled across to our stitch marker, or if you're not using them, you'll stop when you have 6 stitches left. I'm going to slip that over, and now we're going to finish with our seed stitch border. We have a knit, so we need to start with a purl. Purl 1, knit 1, purl, oops, knit, okay, so this is our back of our work. You see a lot of purl bumps. All right, turning over to our right side row here. All right, row 12, we are going to start again. Knit 1, purl 1, seed stitch, start for the first 6 stitches. Slip our border marker. Okay, so we're on row 12, our next right side row, and we have done our border stitches, we've flipped our marker. Now we are going to knit 3 and purl 1. 1, 2, 3 knits, 1 purl. And that is my repeat across, 3 knits, 1 purl. knit 3, purl, knit 3, purl, knit 3, purl. Oops. All right, we are going to end with our, okay, so here we're stopping till 3 stitches before the marker. 1, 2, 3 before the marker. I just finished my last purl from our repeat there, knit 3, purl 1. Now these 3 stitches we're going to knit, so we're still doing the pattern. Okay, slip the marker, and then we are going to do our seed stitch, which starts with a purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. There we go. Okay. All right, wrong side row, which means we're going to do the same thing as the last wrong side row. We have our seed stitch border stitches to start and end with, and then we're just going to purl across our main section. So we're starting with a knit 1, purl 1. Slip the marker and purl across till your last 6 stitches. Slip the marker when you come to it, and then we know to switch to seed stitch, purl 1, knit, purl 1, knit 1. Okay, that's your wrong side row. Okay, so now you have gotten through one full 4-row repeat of this pattern. So here, these are our border stitches, and then here in this section that lies a little bit flatter, you can see our main stitch pattern work up with our seed stitch borders on the edge there. So you are going to follow that 4-row repeat for the full length of your blanket, except for the ending border. So we started with what should be a 3-inch border. I just did 2 rows here, but you do 3 inches of seed stitch. So you're going to stop 3 inches short of your desired length of your blanket. So if you want a 36-inch long blanket, stop at 33 inches, and then you're going to start your seed stitch border there. So I'm going to go ahead and work up one more set of 4 rounds, 4 rows, so that you can see the stitch pattern work up here, and then we'll finish up with the border. Okay, so now we're repeating row 10, knit purl for the first 6 stitches on the right side. Slip the marker. All right. Now we're ready to knit 1, purl 1, knit 3. There we go. And then there's our repeat, purl 1, knit 3. So we're going to repeat that across. You can see our pattern starting to work up. So now we are going to purl 1. We're at our last 8 stitches. Knit 1, slip the marker, purl 1, knit 1, and repeat that across. Seed stitch edge. That's my cat. Okay, you can see our purl bumps here popping out. The more rows we do, the more you'll see that pattern work up in our center there. Okay, so turning over onto the wrong side, we're doing an 11 row 11 repeat. Knit purl for the first 6 stitches. Slip the marker and then purl across the row. All right, then we switch to purl 1, knit 1 for a seed stitch edge. Turning over onto our right side row, going to start with our 6 seed stitch edges. Now we're on a row 13. Repeat on the right side, slip the marker. All right, I said 13, but row 12 is our right side row. So we did our knit 1, purl 1, slipped our marker. This row we start with knit 3s and purl 1. And just repeat that across. And here we're stopping at 3 stitches before the marker. So we have 6 edge stitches. So we're going to stop at 9 stitches. So you could just repeat the purl, knit 3 to the marker. Purl, knit 3 to the marker to the last 6 stitches will get us there without having to count. Purl, knit 3. And then we switch to seed stitch, slip that, purl 1, knit 1, okay, so here you can see even more of our center working up nicely. Now the last row of our 4-row repeat is the back long side row. So you start with your knit purl edges and then purl across and end with your knit purl edges. All right, purl one, knit. Okay, so now I have repeated the center twice. You just go on and carry on with your 4-row repeat, and then at the end you are going to, for the last 3 inches, whoops, I'm losing stitches here, you are going to work your seed stitch. So I am going to go ahead and do that now. It says to stop after row 3 repeat if you are going to lengthen or change anything about yours. So you'll work the last 3 inches over the last 9 rows to match your first rows, which should be about as thick as this edge as well. I only did 2 to start, if you remember. Okay, so now we are just going to do the same thing we've been doing, and we can remove our stitch markers because we don't have to pay attention that our borders are working out. So we're just going to knit 1, purl 1 across, and we'll end with a knit 1 in that last stitch. Okay, get rid of that. I just did a purl, so now I will knit, purl, knit, purl across. And then slip that one off. We're at a purl, knit, purl, knit. Oops, purl, and then knit in the last. Okay, so then you just repeat that 1 row repeat all the way for your border edge, which you want to equal this. So you'll have a nice thick border here to start and to finish. But I just wanted to show you those transitions because I know that can be kind of the trickiest bit, is getting started there on this beautiful blanket. And then you would bind off. I didn't use any special bind off for this blanket. I generally kind of bind off loosely as it is anyway. You can bind off in pattern, which just means to follow what you would be doing, which would be the seed stitch. So I'll show you how to do that. I'll go ahead and do, where is my other needle? Sorry. So I'll go ahead and do one more, and we'll bind off on the wrong side. Okay, so I'll be binding off on the wrong side. So let's pretend like I did 9 rows for my border edge, and I'm on the wrong side, and I'm ready to bind off in pattern. What's my pattern? Knit 1, purl 1. So to bind off in pattern, for seed stitch, we're going to knit 1, and then we're going to purl 1. Then you insert your needle in the first stitch and pull it over the second. Now when I bind off, I just go ahead and give that stitch a little tug, make sure it's a little bit looser so we're not doing too tight of a bind off. To continue binding off in pattern, I have a purl, so I know I need to knit because I'm working this one in seed stitch. Then I insert my needle, pull that over, give that a little bit pull up. This one I need to purl, and then I'm going to pull that one over. And I just keep repeating the pattern, what would normally be the stitch pattern, and binding off those stitches. So if I was supposed to knit, I knit. If I was supposed to purl, I purl. And that works for any, bind off in pattern, whatever the pattern is. And that kind of keeps your pattern looking the same. Okay, so then you bind off, cut your yarn, weave in your ends, and you are all done. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you enjoyed this video and this pattern, you can check out more patterns for knitting on my blog, christacodesign.com. I also do crochet patterns if you also crochet. All right, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe.